Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you for today's Gita session. So today is a very special day and today's Gita Jayanti, right? So today we'll be discussing about Bhagavad Gita, what are the essential teachings that we learned from Bhagavad Gita, and how this Bhagavad Gita is so important, right, for all the children, and you know how it can impact and our initiatives regarding this. So personally, I don't feel a qualification to be able to speak this science, because this is called as Gita Rahasyam, a great secret. So it is only by the blessing of our teachers that we are able to speak and understand anything about it. So let us offer our respects to our spiritual teacher, spiritual master, previous spiritual masters. So let us begin with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakchur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna. So today is the day on which Bhagavad Gita is spoken around 5,000 years back on the battlefield of Kurukshetra by Lord Krishna to his friend and the warrior Arjuna. So we see Arjuna is such a great archer and so competent, but he also needs guidance. And all of us also, we going through our lives, we face such situations of confusion, desperateness, anxiety, and we need guidance. We need light to navigate our path. And that is not only for Arjuna, but for all of us, right? So Bhagavad Gita is a book which can guide us, which can inspire us in our journey as well. So first of all, we see that Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book, right? Like if I ask you a question, a simple question, all of us know who spoke Bhagavad Gita to whom. Arjuna heard this and Lord Krishna spoke. Where was it spoken? It was spoken in Kurukshetra. How many years back it was spoken? Can someone answer? How many years back was this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita spoken? Yes, so it was spoken 5,000 years back. So you can just imagine, this book is 5,000 years old book. Now you may ask a question, why should I read a 5,000 years old book? What I'll benefit, right, by reading a 5,000 years old book? We don't read a book which is 5 years old. Like suppose children, if they are in class 7, will they read class 2 books? No, they'll give it to some small children because it's no longer relevant. Do we read 3 days old newspaper? No, we don't read it. We throw it, or we you make some other use. Children make aeroplanes, or they may make some art and craft or anything like that, but they don't read it. But why to read a book which is 5,000 years old, right? So that means it must be very valuable even for present time. So Bhagavad Gita is the book which is beyond time, right? Any other book we see, the value decreases with time, right? Shakespeare is such a great writer, but no one reads to his literatures now. But Bhagavad Gita is 5,000 years old. but still people read it and they get benefited, right? And so what one will gain by reading Bhagavad Gita? What children will gain by reading Bhagavad Gita? That may be a question. So Bhagavad Gita can actually empower our children with values and such important life lessons that they that is not possible by any other means, right? Like the first thing that they will get by reading Bhagavad Gita is competence. So I'll tell you 3 C's, right? 3 C that they will get. First C is competence. They will become more, better at their work, right? So what is this competence? Like one of the qualities is concentration. If they can imbibe the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, they can become better in concentration. Nowadays, we see children, their concentration is so less, the attention span is decreasing because of so many, social media, 30 seconds videos. So their attention span is very less. They cannot concentrate for long on a subject matter, right? So that is, but what was the concentration of Arjuna? We all know the story. He said that I see only the eye of the bird, right? He was so concentrated. So when we understand the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, apply it in our lives, the first thing is we get concentration. Not only that, many other like art of, self-control. Then they learn about positive thinking. They learn about discipline. So these things help them become better human beings, right? Better at their work. So that is called competence. But more important than competence is they'll get character, the second C, right? The second C stands for character. The character means they'll become better human beings, right? They'll have better inner content, right? So we see that competence is not the only factor for success. There's so many people who are very, very competent, very, very able. They may have skills much better than others, but still, because of their bad habit, they fail. And a common example is that of Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kamble. Sachin Tendulkar, many of us know, but Vinod Kamble we don't know. But let me tell you that Vinod Kamble and Sachin Tendulkar learned cricket from the same teacher. They learned cricket under same cricket academy, and they played for the same state, Maharashtra. And it is said that Vinod Kamble was better a cricketer in his skills than Sachin also. One time he scored more than 600 runs alone, right? So that was his skill. But we see he got into bad habits and he could not perform nicely. But Sachin Tendulkar, because of his good character, he's famous and so much. So the second thing that they will get is character. And the third thing that they will get is they'll get to learn about the rich Indian culture, right? They'll appreciate the greatness of Indian culture, right? And the underlying basic principles, not as sentiment, but understand the underlying principles of our Vedic Indian culture, right? So these are the benefits that children can get. And there's a lot they can, benefit to the society by imbibing these values. And therefore, it is a very good occasion, Bhagavad Gita Jayanti, where we can empower our children to learn Bhagavad Gita, to read Bhagavad Gita, and apply the teachings of Bhagavad Gita in their lives. So please also encourage your children and as many children as possible to learn Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, we are organizing a contest, which is Gita based on Bhagavad Gita, Gita contest, in which children will be learning different values, which I told, like art of concentration, positive thinking, discipline, respecting all religions, about God, and so many other things about these 3 C's they will learn from Bhagavad Gita. So we'll be discussing more about it. But thank you very much for joining on this a very auspicious day of Gita Jayanti. This day we can recite Gita, we can, learn Gita, we can donate Gita. This is a very wonderful opportunity. I'll just close it by telling you the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, right? The last verse of Bhagavad Gita speaks about, what will happen if we apply the teachings of Bhagavad Gita in our life and in the people in general, the society. So we'll recite this sloka. Yatra yogeswarah Krishno, yatra partho dhanurdharaha, tatra Sri Vijayo bhutir dhruva nitir matir mama. Yatra yogeswaro Krishna, where there is Krishna, the master of all mystics. Yatra partho dhanurdhara, where there is Dhanurdhar, Partha, Arjuna. There, Tatra, Sri, there would be opulence. Vijaya, there would be victory. There would be Bhuti. Bhuti means exceptional, powers. It is certain. Dhruva, Nitir, there would be religious principles, morality. And that is the opinion of Sanjaya. So when we apply the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, we can have these things. We can have opulences, victory, extraordinary power, and highest morality. So let us place to propagate this knowledge to children and benefit them by, encouraging them to read Bhagavad Gita and apply the teachings in their life. So thank you very much for joining today. Hare Krishna.